Maybe we can figure out the issue with the spawning system and figure out a solution. Spawn system. Okay, we have a spawning system. Okay. Maybe we can make this better. I don't know. Let's think about it like this. Okay, we have a time period from start to end. Okay. This is where we spawn enemies in. Okay, and then we have what I call a step. So that in the step, this is where I want to spawn enemies every time. Okay, and the start and end, they are perfect multiples of each other, if that makes sense. End is calculated using start and step and count. So let's say we have a step of 0.5. Okay, that means that this little thing here is 0.5 wide. Okay. And so what I want to do is I want to spawn an enemy here. 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 And here. As far as I... Actually, no. I don't want to spawn an enemy here, I think. Let me think about this really quickly. Why does it matter who's the publisher? If the publisher is a big YouTuber who you followed a long time ago, who played the games that you liked, then it is you start thinking that maybe the game follows the same principles the YouTuber follows and holds the same values that the YouTuber finds important, that maybe align with your points of view or your interests. And I don't know how to explain that in English, but they align with your interests and your basically things that are important to you. And there could be like a match. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but essentially like that. So it's trustworthiness on one hand, but on the other hand, it's also, you know how AAA always, like, oftentimes misses the mark on their games because they don't know what the gamers want. And so if a YouTuber that you've been following for a long time who has the same values or likes the same values in games that you like, then you know that he knows what you want, essentially. Explaining that in English. Like, yeah, I need more words, but we'll learn those words. If a YouTuber is a super pro consumer, they probably won't help publish a greedy MTX game. Yes. So, for example, like that. Exactly, Ramis. So, let's see here. I am spawning enemies. Ah, I see. Isn't that a bit odd then? Shouldn't that then the time start? It should spawn at 11. And now it starts on 12. I see. Huge enough YouTubers eventually sold out. Yes, that can happen. That is why I said potentially. I never marketed my own coin or NFT. No, what the fuck? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know how NFTs work. So essentially I spawn the first enemy here. And that allows me to spawn enemies like this. This is what I want to do. So in this example, we would spawn 7 enemies. 7 enemies would be spawned. And in order to achieve this enemy spawning at the end, and you know, delta time can always have a variance. That's the issue. Delta time will make it so that you always have this time step here, or maybe this time step, or this time step. It could be different. What I do here is I extend this array by one more step. And therefore, if the time falls here, plus this one step, then I spawn the last enemy here. No, I didn't write enemies correctly. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Essentially like this. If you change how time works, everything else will fall apart. I still don't really understand the problem. Don't you reset all timers after reload? How does it go above 1 already? So I think I need to explain this again in a better way. Let's begin again, okay? So essentially this is what I do. I have a start, an end, and a step. But if you set the number of enemies to spawn and the end derivative step then, or the step and not the end. So here's the problem with this. Cakez, do you use graphics library like Raylab or have you implemented your own? Hello, Total Champ. I have implemented my own. It's OpenGL. Put code on site with paint. Derive an end specific enemy count. Derive end and specific enemy count. Designing waves without enemy count is shit idea. Guys. I think we need to improve this. So the reason why I did this, let me explain to you. I have spawn data, okay? And in the spawn data, what I want to do, and I'm explaining this one more time. During the level, I want to change this data, or I want to change something else in the code. And whenever I do that, this static array is recreated on the fly with default values. So this needs to be const. I cannot have a static array here that I change the data from. So this has to be read-only data that allows me or tells me how many enemies are going to spawn. No, I cannot remove const. It needs to stay there. So I say I want to have one magma golem here. Essentially. I want to spawn one magma golem. And the time step is just how many of them spawn over time. And so now I need to find a way, a system that does code in a way where it only spawns me one magma golem without ever touching this. Not a single time. I could say end here. I have the count here too. And this needs to stay. Why does this need to stay? Because what I will do in the future is change this. So guys, just know that this needs to stay, because I had issues in the past where I would do a code change, right? I would do a code change, and then while I did the code change, I all of a sudden had 10,000 enemies spawning and I couldn't continue the level. So I would change the stats of an orange to have 50 attack instead of 40. That change would break the round, and all of a sudden I had 20 enemies spawning. I couldn't test the remainder of the round. If the data is meant to be mutative, then it shouldn't be const, I guess. Or can you duplicate the parts of the data that does need to mutate? Nothing should change, essentially. Nothing, in my opinion. So I think my spawning system just needs to be better. We have the time start, we have the time step, and we know how many we need to spawn. You need a round count, which you increment and reference your static struct's max count. And what exactly is the problem with how you do it now? So what we could do here, okay, I have an idea. What we could do, let's say we have the spawn system, right? We have a start, we have a step, and we have an end. Let's say, it depends, right? I say start, and I say count. Let's make some examples, okay? Let's say, let's do this. Let's say I have a very simple one here. Start, end, and then count is 1. Shouldn't then the end be here? Shouldn't the end be here? And then we just spawn 1 here on the start 1. So the start end for count 1 is just 1 point in time, where start is the same as end. Yeah, my diagram above is wrong. I'm just having ideas in my head. Yeah, it seems better. So if we do it like this, right? Then let's make another example where we have a longer line. And then this is start. This is end. Let's make these. I want to have cool letters, okay? Start and end. And let's say we have a step of this much. How much would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So count would be 6 in this case. Then it would look something like this. I think that's bad because it excludes this one here. I think this is bad. I'd rather have the same thing like this, where start is here and end is here. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one too. So start should tell me when the first enemy spawns, and the end should tell me when the last enemy spawns. So this would be option number 1. And this is option number 2. I think I prefer 1. What do you guys think? Number 1 is better 100%. My design, you just saw my design. My design says a start point in the level, a timer, a time point in the level, 10 seconds. The end point is something that I calculate from however many enemies are spawned from the start point and the frequency. So let's say my start point is 10 seconds and I spawn 1 enemy every second. 1 enemy per second. 10 enemies. So that is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. So the end point would be 19 in this case. And the start point would be 10. And the count would be 10. And so in order to build this, I think what I need to store and mutate is a counter. This is all I need to store and change and reset. Because my time in the level never changes. Right? So I only need a counter. Spawn counters. An array of spawn counters. I think. That would improve this system and make it perfect. I think. But it might also be wrong. That's making the easiest shit sound smart. He's making the easiest shit sound smart. No. Because here's the issue. Here's the issue, okay? You're wrong, bitch. So, I think... So the reason why I didn't store the counter, but I stored the time... Okay, the timer... is when I was debugging the level, okay, during debug, what I would sometimes do is change the step from 10 to 20. And then these lines would just look like this. Okay, they would have way more in between. And what was the issue then? Well, if I stored a counter, and let's say we are currently on this time period, this is where we are time-wise. My counter, let's say in this case was 5, but I should have spawned 10 already. In this case, it would spawn 5 enemies immediately. That's bad. That's bad. Why would it do that? Well, because it expects if I change the counter from 10 to 20 and the time step does not change because the level's time step doesn't change. So you guys have to understand, I'm designing this game, okay, and I'm doing hot code reloading. When I'm in the middle of a round, okay, I'm in the middle of a, okay, yeah, 5 minutes. Oh shit! I'm gonna make you mod after that again. I'm sorry, Push. I'm gonna remod you after that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna remod you after that. I'm sorry, bro. Shit. When I'm in the middle of the round, yeah, I want to make code changes, build the game again, and then see the changes immediately. And I have this all the time. If I'm thinking, oh wait, this doesn't spawn me enough enemies, I want to make adjustments on the fly to the rounds. Okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, so well, instead of a magma golem, I actually want an enemy skeleton knight to spawn, and instead of spawning, so instead of spawning 1, I might have spawned 10. Right, and maybe I want to start them on 20. Right? Oh, sorry. You already over Wukong? No, I'm still playing. I just uploaded a Wukong video. Oh, wow. See that? It didn't change though. That's bad. Not sure why. Maybe the time step is already over. We start around. I'd rather have, let's say, let's do it like this, okay? Thank you very much for following, Seima. I appreciate it, bro. So you see how it spawns all of these? And I'm like, no, actually, I don't want this. You know, I want to spawn 20 crawlers. Now, obviously, I could restart the round, right? But then, like, this little change makes it so that they stop immediately and then the crawlers spawn. And that will allow me... I can spawn multiple enemy types, yeah. I just make another slot here. Like this. And I think I can have like 5 different versions each round. I think it was 5 or 10. So instead of a crawler, we could say, I don't know, wizard. And I spawn, I don't know, 2. And they start at 40 and the time step is 10 time step. But now it would spawn a wizard here at some point, I think. Not sure if or when. Then you're testing half a round instead of the entire round fresh. Yes, like, I know that that's bad in threads. I know that. But I still want to have this available to me. There you go. Now it's spawned a wizard. That will allow you to clone boons even faster. Remove timeout. How do I remove the timeout, guys, from a user? I need to remove timeout on Push. Sorry about that, Push. How can I do that? Not possible. AQ, I thank you. /mod push QRDX. Sorry about that, bro. I forgot that you were moderator. And you lose moderator privileges when you get timed out. Click the main and do it on panel. Yeah. Huge. SMH ruined my perfect record. Dude, you were literally toxic, bro. What are you doing? Like, I thought moderators would be nice. Why did you get timed out? Ah, nothing. It's fine. It's okay. Nothing much. Anyways, so I think we're gonna rework this really quickly, but I need to go to the bathroom, okay? Give me a second. I'm just gonna let 20 enemy crawlers spawn and let this guy fight them. And also, this guy is gonna miss all of his arrows, but they look cool. Be right back. Yeah, TCAP is toxic, I know.
What's your feedback on the rest when you check out the passive skill tree next week?
Welcome.
The door is open. I should not be so loud. Which library you use? Oh, I see. I have written my own code to do that. I have followed this principle here. Not this one. Damn, the wizard seems OP. Haha. Yeah, the wizard is OP. And the golem that we had earlier as well. You might not have known this, not have seen this. Enemy golem. Magma golem is cool. And so, okay, guys. We're gonna do it like this. Okay, let's spawn him on 5. This is the debug round anyways. And it gives us 0 XP. Doesn't it mean you have to go back in time to spawn start when you change the spawning system? When I say spawn start, time start, and the time on the level is currently 50 seconds, and this time start is 1 second, then it's just not gonna spawn anything, because it's in the past. The archer missed all of the shots, I know, that's because I reworked how the projectiles work. And you remember the projectile rework where we gained like 1000 FPS? That's why he misses. I just need to fix him later. I'm gonna do it later. We're currently working on this guy. Working on this guy and the spawning system. And fixing the restart bugs. So we did that today. This bug is now finally fixed. Now we can finally work on the spawning system, fix that, and then hopefully call it a day and start more on gameplay features. I need to give this guy one more item with cool stats today and one more ability today. That's what I want to give this guy. That's my goal for today. So if I'm able to give the guy 1 item a day and 1 ability a day, this is how we make good progress, and we get an entire skill tree hopefully in 1 week or 2 weeks. That's how I see it. Can you also spawn those green arrows? Gotcha, no, I can't. I could potentially create an enemy like that, but I can't, no. This is when enemies are against your archers. Hmm? Okay, bro. Please play it. Fine, I did. No. So, instead of... I think it's in the level state, is it? Yes. Spawn timers. Instead of having spawn timers, we have int spawn counters. Right? And so, Galaxy, you said that you need two variables. A spawn counter and a count left variable. And the count left variable gets computed every frame. I'm gonna try spawn counters for now. See how that works. Because the biggest use case I have oftentimes is I'm in the level somewhere and I make a gameplay change. I change an ability. And I want the spawn system to stay rigid. I wanna make the change during the round and then see the effects. Wasn't me, I'm wholesome now. Okay, let's change the... There's not much here. Memset, spawn counters. Size of int. Learned your lesson after 67 timeouts? Yeah, true. Okay, we have another one here. And this is where we get the int reference counter. And then we don't need to increase a timer, essentially. We take the level time. If that is greater than the spawn batch times the counter, then we do counter plus plus. And this is spawn counters. Is that how easy it is? Good morning, wie geht's? Hello Shintai, good morning. Gut. And you? Und dir? Oh my god. I think this is it, guys. I think that's... Oh my god! Sorry. I think this is all we need to do, actually. Oh yeah, and we get rid of this. So that means... if it is greater or equals to this, less than or equals... Wait. No, if it's less than the start... If it's greater... yeah, actually like this, yeah. We add in one additional time step. This additional time step is for float and delta time inaccuracies. Essentially. Or what we could do here, if we have the counter, right? We have the counter here. If the counter is greater or equals than the spawn batch dot time start dot.
Am I so out of touch?
No. Argument underscore P just subscribe.
Times.
Big tick support for 1 year.
Actually, the spawn batch dot counter. Count. Continue. So we spawned everything already. We spawned everything already. The counter is greater. If it's not, then we need to spawn stuff. Oh, thank you, Argument. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Well, I actually watched a video of this.
Touch?
You know, why Twitch is better than YouTube.
84 just subscribed. Big tick support for 1 year.
My man, Shintai, I really appreciate it too, man. Thank you so much for subscribing as well. I really appreciate the support, guys. Yeah, you like the coding, Mr. What is this? Really super cool. Coding, yeah. This guy liking the coding, isn't he? It's like, yeah. I don't think I need this, by the way, guys. I don't think we need this anymore. I'll keep it here anyways. But I think what we do here is just this. And so I don't even need a time end anymore. We just need a counter. That will spawn properly. Let's try this. So, this is the reworked spawning system. Very simple. And we should be able to make code changes while we run. And this should only spawn me one guy. Please tell me. He spawned too early. He spawned too early. And the reason why he did is because I didn't have this if check.
Am I so out of touch?
So we still need that.
No.
Shintai84 is gifting 5 sub to the community.
Holy! My bad. Shintai, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. Oak Burger? Yeah, Oak Burger. Yeah, Oak Burger. Yeah. He deserves 1 sub. True. Yes. Wait, I spy paint in the background. What have you been doing, Cakes? Paint? We just did this here. What do you mean? Paint?
Am I so out of touch?
Holy!
No.
Rames is gifting 5 subs to the community.
Mr. Rames, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs to the community as well. Holy moly, thank you so much for being so generous, you guys. I appreciate it so much. You guys kick ass. Thank you. Poggies.
Am I
That's
so
an
out
issue,
of touch?
though.
No.
Ashen Hobbs is gifting 5 sub to the community.
Gracious, thank you, Ashnobs, for gifting another 5 subs to the community. Magma Tales, actually, no, Manga Tales. No, Magna Tales, yeah. This guy deserves a sub as well. Yeah, true. Thank you so much. Cakes can afford a kebab now. Yeah, I can buy 1 German kebab now. True, yeah. Exactly. Damn, yeah. Pork champion. Now, I really appreciate it, guys. I really do. What a big support. During the time when I'm ill. I really appreciate the collector of stuff. Okay, how do you decide when to refactor code? Now, what about this? Hello, Zoltan. Good morning. So that's an issue, is it? We need like some sort of... Should we add in the time step or is that too little? I don't think you need the second part of the ore. You think it's just the time start, right? But then enemies would spawn. I guess we do, yeah. We'll try not doing this. Yeah, we keep that. What sauce do you have on your kebab? Oh, I put on my kebabs. I put cocktail sauce always. If I were to buy a kebab, I would put on cocktail sauce. Yes. Let me check YouTube. I feel like some messages will not go there. Hi, what's that's a boss? Yes, crossbit on YouTube. Sorry, I didn't see your message. YouTube didn't update. Timing me out for asking valid questions. Kinda cringe. So you ruined one person's life. Yes, 30 is still relatively young and perfect age to learn new things. Maybe one day you might even learn C++. Cringe. Do you do a single timer? I can't do a single timer. That's true. That's why I downloaded Raid Shadow Legends after seeing my favorite Twitch streamer playing it. Cakes, do you use a graphics library like Raylib or have you implemented your own? I have implemented my own OpenGL library. It's like my own rendering interface for the stuff that I need in the game. Also, I wanted to learn OpenGL and how things are done and not Raylib. But I recommend Raylib when you're starting out because it gets you started much easier and faster because you don't have to worry about opening up Windows and doing sound initialization and all of that jazz that comes with Windows and Linux that maybe you don't really want to deal with because it's annoying. So I recommend Raylib and SDL for those. What I don't recommend is their build systems. And I don't think that it will ever change. I don't recommend CMake in these build systems at all, because I honestly think that it is much easier to make your own build system and include those yourself to learn how to do it than to set up CMake and then try to set up SDL2 together with CMake. Because I think it's just way too much work, and oftentimes it leads to too much frustration early on. I know that he asked that 30 minutes ago, but my YouTube chat didn't update. Trova, thank you very much for following, man. I appreciate it. He has the Godot tag ever since he tried Godot, just a leftover. I've been using RaidUpC to make platform. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's correct. You won't ever know what you're doing, but you just do what you think you need to do, and then if it works, bro. That's fine. And if you ever get the feeling of imposter syndrome, take a look at Undertale code. Okay? The best thing that that you could look at is the Undertale code base, and then tell yourself that you're doing good. You're most likely doing good. And you don't need to have a perfect code base. You just need to make a game. Guys, I really appreciate the support on the hype train. Level 5 hype train. Thank you very much. I would love to see Cakez write a build system for SDL. I included SDL in my game one time. It was fucking easy, bro. Huh? Uh-huh. I don't think I have this anymore in here, though. But essentially, it was just one lib here. And then an include. That's all I needed to do. Nothing particularly crazy. So just here, another -L. No build system for SDL for everyone to use, so they don't have to use the dodge CMake. Oh, I see. Makefiles are so much easier than CMake. I think so too, yeah. Makefiles are a good start, but there's many other things too. In most graphics APIs, getting a triangle is the first step, and Vulkan getting a triangle is the last step, yeah. So yeah, that's the issue of C++. How do you structure your engine? Do you have a diagram? No, not really, but essentially this is what it looks like. I guess we can talk about this really quickly, but then I have to do some code changes, guys. I need to work on gameplay. My engine works something like this. I have the base, which is, you know, the main. Which you would say has the main file, the main CPP file in it. This is a box. And then I have the game. And that is a dynamically loaded library. That's a DLL. And so the base just loads this in. It loads this. That's all it does, essentially. And then the main, you know, this is what interacts with Windows, with Linux. You know, the X32 or whatever that's called, it interfaces with audio. And all I do here between the two is I pass a game state. This is like a black box of data that the game changes, and then that gets passed to from the main to the game. The game changes that, and then this stuff just uses this data, the game state. It's a terrible diagram, but yeah. If you want to know how I structure my game, you could take a look at this. Right here. There you go. Thanks for the explanation, Thor. I mean, Cakez. Sure, bro. Is your code inheritance heavy? No, my code is flat. I always do flat design. So let's say I want to have a tree like this. The way I would do that, node, is I would have int parent ID. And I have an int child. And this would be an array for a binary tree. It would be like this. That's what I would do, essentially. I would keep it not flat. I would keep it flat.
Gotcha, bitch.
Essentially. And so I would just have an array of nodes. And then instead of ints, I could have IDs. And then these IDs have an index and a value. Index and value, and then, you know, a node would have an ID in here. That's how I would do it. I would not, I would never have inheritance in here, in a way. Like, I know that this is not really inheritance. You know, this is not a good inheritance example, but that's the number one example where you would do stuff. Because essentially, nodes, this is a tree, right? You would have this a scene tree, essentially. This applies to scene trees too. Anyways, let's just move on. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were testing the spawning system. Let's see if it works. This guy should spawn on 4 seconds into the level, and it should only spawn us 1. Huh. Seems to work so far. Looks good. Why not node pointer children? Still a little sus about the round counter. Something's not resetting, no? No, I think it's... Oh god, what happened now? Emitter? Emitters? Uh-oh, it's adding 1 million emitters. Why? Is the ability not on cooldown? Uh-oh. Woo-oo. Hello, I got a sub. I never watched you before, and I'm not following. What are you doing in this chat then, bro? How does that work? Huh? Good morning. I mean, isn't that great? Huh? Isn't that totally nice? Congrats, yeah. Cakez is bug hopping. Yeah, like we are getting a lot of bugs today, huh? So we're not really getting any progress done. Never watched before, but not first message. True, I love Schnitzel. This guy is weird. Wait a minute. This guy has 3 messages. Wait a minute. This guy has a Schnitzel as his profile picture. What? I have nothing to do with this. I was suggested to you on YouTube. Aha. Hello. Cakez, you remind me of my sister's dog. I think I actually want to ban you for this. Endless slaughter. 5 minutes. Yep. Game set emitters add to go to your code. I think it's... Why is it adding so many emitters? Let's do this again. What did I write? Nothing. And thank you very much for following. I love Schnitzel. He made his account long before Schnitzel Lib. Yeah, true. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know why. I was joking. Let's see what happens. He's gonna use Meteor soon. Wait a minute. I think it spawns more than one. Actually, guys, it spawned 6 of them. The spawning system doesn't work. Look at this. It spawns 6. Why? Why? 7. Now it spawns 7. What? What the fuck? I am increasing the counter though. Wait, while level time? This must be the issue. Ah, yes. I know what the issue is. Plus, we need to include the start time here. Time start. But then, we don't need this actually. Do we? Do you know how long ago? I was here before. Do you know how long ago? Yeah, I can check your messages if you want to. Yeah, sure. Your first message was... I think you came over from YouTube.
How can this application be so dumb? It never...
Like 3 months ago.
No, I don't want to deal with this right now. I have... No. This is fucking...
I definitely include the counter directly in the logic to spawn your enemies as well. What was my first message? I don't think I can find your first message, Galaxy Media, bro. Because you have been... I mean, you're following since an hour ago. Great. I mean, we could test. Fine. I'll check it for a second, but we don't have time, guys. Takes so long. Like 999 messages, bro. It's too many. Bruv. It's too many messages. Take a look at this. You've got good coding habits. Shut the fuck up. Dude, it's too many. I'm gonna do 2 more, but then I'll stop. 1... Two. Yeah. Dude, it's too much. It's too much, bro. Like, there's still more. I don't know. I think we got it now. Is there a way for us to look at it ourselves? I don't know, to be honest. Not sure. Someone raided you as I said hello and you said something with Schnitzel and then left. And then I left. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Still 6 enemies? No, now it's 1. Now it's 1, it's correct. Okay, cool. I think we fixed the spawn system. Now we need to work on items and abilities. Boom. Alright. Maybe test out what happens when you do a code change? Sure. Let's do a code change. Well, this guy is spawned. Let's do a code change. Shouldn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Disintegrated, yeah. So I just did a code change. Nothing changed. Cool.